Good morning. Good morning. Drinking some coffee, waking up, getting my mind back to the grind that I missed so much. I started September 1st. I had such a great plan for this month. I was going to get out here. I was going to walk 5 miles every morning. I was going to come back. I was going to do my workout with the X3. I was going to do the push, the pull, and the legs. And I had it all set up. And I was really motivated to do it. And then I did something that I do occasionally. It happens. I bent over and I strained my lower back. Now, let's go into story time. Let's go to story time. Long time ago, long time ago, back when I was about, 35, I was going to the gym a lot, working out, going to the gym. I was working, had a great job. My oldest daughter had just been born a couple months earlier. And I was at the gym and I was doing deadlifts. So at this point in my life, I'd had no back problems really ever, nothing. So I was doing deadlifts. I was feeling strong. And I was warming up with the deadlifts with 225, and 225 was good. I think I was deadlifting at the time somewhere close to like 485, close to really up there, really good, close to 500 almost. I was doing deadlifts. And as I was warming up, and I did something I should not have done, and I know it, but instinctually, a young lady walked by with the very nice yoga shorts on. And as I was going down, I looked over just because it was right there. It was so close and I should not have done it. And as I did that, I got out of position. I leaned forward too much and I strained that low. I felt it instantly that I went too far, not in the right position. And I was like, oh, dang, that didn't feel good. Sat down, did some stretches, and I was still young back then. I figured, you know what, let's see if we can work it out. So I did some more deadlifts. Didn't feel too bad. And I decided at that time that I was not gonna go heavy. I was just warming up with those. And then after about halfway through the workout, I'm like, you know what, I better take it easy. I need to stop. So I went home, went through the rest of the day, and thank God I had the next day, the next 2 days off, because it was like my Friday. Well, I went to bed that night, and the next morning I woke up and my whole glute and low back, and even all the way down to my hamstring, everything seized up from the minute that I stood up out of bed. I could not, so I stood up on the bed and my whole back just started spasming from all the way down to my hip, all the way through my leg, all the way down to my ankle. It was just the whole backside was just spasming. And the only way that I could stop it from spasming was fall onto the bed. So I had to fall onto the bed and breathe to relax. At this time, my wife was fully functional. She was not disabled at the time. She was still in great condition. So she was up early, making breakfast, taking care of the baby. I don't know, it was like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So I'm like, okay, let's try this again. So I stood up and I figured, you know what, maybe I could use the bed to walk around and maybe get to the wall, to the door, to get out. I couldn't even do that. I got to the end of the bed and my whole back started spasming up again. I had to fall onto the bed. After that relaxed, I said, you know what? Let's see if I can use my golf clubs and my putter as a cane to at least try and take the pressure off. And at the time we were living in a small duplex, so my golf clubs were sitting in the corner of the bedroom over there because the baby had the other room. And so I kind of reached over and grabbed my putter and I put it down, and I couldn't even do that. My whole back started spasming up. It was very painful. So what I ended up having to do was I had to get on all fours and I had to crawl through the house on all fours. That was the only way my back did not hurt, was I got on my hands and knees and I had to crawl through the house. I crawled into the living room and I crawled up under the couch and I laid down. Now at this time, my wife had a part-time job working as a crossing guard We had moved to a different town because my job started me in a different town, and she didn't know nobody, and she wanted to get out and do stuff. So she was going to work, and my job was to stay home and watch the baby. Yeah, that was good. So she brought the baby out, and she put her in the little swing that we have that at that time that just kept her so entertained, right next to the couch. And she went off to work. And the only way that I could get around the house was to crawl on my hands and knees. Now, obviously, I can get up on my knees as long as I did not stand and put that pressure on my back and everything. So this went on for 2 days that I had to crawl around. By the third day, I had to call in sick. By the third day, I could actually walk with the golf club as a cane. By about the end of the week, I was able to go see a chiropractor and get into my doctor. And chiropractor did the usual crack and all this other stuff. The doctor gave me some muscle relaxers. So by a week later, I didn't want to be off work too long because I had just started this job within, I was only like a couple of years into the job. I did not want to be one of those people that just all of a sudden doesn't show up to work anymore. So I went to work, and I got through. Now, for the rest of my career doing this job, I had to wear a weight belt, a belt with all of your equipment on you. So that belt would sag on that hip. And if I would stand around too long, I would start feeling pain on that hip. If I was walking and moving, if I was sitting, I was fine. So I've had this issue for a long time. The only way that I've actually really gotten rid of this issue with my low back was years ago. I started doing kettlebell swings, and I think I'm going to have to get back to doing kettlebell swings. So I'm going to get back to kettlebell swings. But I tried yoga. I tried all kinds of stuff. The chiropractor. I'm not doing muscle relaxers. Definitely not doing that. I tried stretching. I tried all kinds of stuff. And the only thing that really worked to actually battle that was doing kettlebell swings. So I'm gonna get back to doing kettlebell swings. So that's the story of how I've had this injury for a long time. Okay, you want to go back in? So I've had to deal with this on occasions. Obviously, throughout my career that I did my job, there was times when it would really hurt really bad. I'd have to, I would take time off, but I had to do some stuff. And like I said, once I found out how to do the kettlebell swings, that problem really went away. But bending over, picking stuff up, if you're not doing it right and you injure your low back, man, I'm telling you, that is the worst thing in the world. Just getting up out of a chair, your whole back, I get up out of the chair. Last week I was getting up out of the chair and I was walking, I was like, I was walking like an old man. And then once I stood up straight and once everything relaxed, I was able to walk around fine. I was good. I was fine. When I had to bend over to pick up the wife's scooter to put it into the car to go somewhere, that was not as much fun. But it didn't slow her down. God dang it, I'm gonna sneeze. So what I'm saying is I've had this injury before. I know that I need to take time off and just let it recover, and it feels totally good now. So I'm gonna resume and get my mind back to my workouts, back to X3, back to walking. I'm gonna start throwing some kettlebell swings in. I'm gonna change this program up that I wanted to do this month just a little bit. I'm gonna do my 3 exercises, my push, my chest press, my overhead, and my tricep. Tomorrow, I wanna focus more on walking, maybe some kettlebells, maybe some ground movement, some burpees, some other things to do some mobility type stuff. I really want to start working on mobility, things that I do every day to keep me strong. Like I said, a lot of times I'm bending down onto my knees, having to get my wife dressed, put her shoes on, do all kinds of things. I'm not going to film doing all that, but yeah, there's a lot of times that I'm down on my knee, putting her shoes on, taking her socks off. She has braces on her legs. So to be strong in that position, to be down doing that, I need to work on those positions. So I got a sandbag. So Monday, chest press. Tomorrow, note X3. We're gonna do some walking and do some other mobility stuff. Wednesday, back, X3 back, deadlifts, bent rows, curls, walking. And then Thursday, another mobility day of doing that, doing something else. And then on Friday, we're gonna do the X3 legs. So we're gonna break it down and not do it as much. I'm older, need a little bit more time to rest, but I don't think that I'm trying to become huge. I don't wanna work out every damn day. It is fun, but I wanna kind of break it up a little bit and work on some keep my back strong, burn some fat off, and you know, just do some fun stuff. So that being said, I'm gonna do a little warm up here. We're gonna get our chest press going with the X3. I have something coming in the mail, and we will do some unboxing here really soon when it shows up, and then we'll get with that. But other than that, I'm gonna warm up, and then we're gonna get to have a little bit of coffee, and we're gonna get our chest press, overheads, and triceps on for the day, because we're back. I need to get my mindset. I need to get back into it, back to waking up every day and being excited to get out here and work out, instead of just like hobbling out to the TV with my cup of coffee and sitting down and just trying to relax the back, putting a pillow in the chair and just kind of relaxing everything. We're back. Let's get the workout on. All right, chest press. Been gone for 2 weeks. A 2-week break, not planned, but I'm sure the body probably appreciates the time off that we haven't been doing the grind. But we're gonna start off with chest presses, because press and chest press, shoulder press, triceps, that's just, you know what, that's just kind of the way it always start the workouts off when I go to the gym. You always start off with the bench press and other things, and then the next day you do back or whatever else. So we're starting back with chest press. Yellow band. One set to total exhaustion, and then another set to total exhaustion. Oh my gosh, I got 20 with that. Whew. 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 All right. Whew. I can already feel the sweat start down the back. That felt really good. That felt good. Obviously, taking 2 weeks off, I let my body rest. I felt fantastic all the way up until the 14th rep. Then that fatigue started setting in. So for me personally, I know a lot of times it's 12, 11 or 12 once that fatigue starts setting in with this. So improvement. I can go up to 20 pushes on the first one. That's my mark. So we're gonna try and stay there and work our way up. Whew. All right, we're gonna take a break and we're gonna do overheads coming up. Whew. All right, sitting out here trying to have a little coffee, catching my breath, enjoying the beautiful, beautiful September morning. Nice out here. Not warm like it was in August, but it's nice, very nice out here. I was just thinking something, and now I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, while I was off rehabbing for my back injury, I was trying to be really good with the diet, really working on the one meal a day, or if I was having breakfast, which the past couple days I've been getting up and I've been having breakfast, I've been having 4 eggs for breakfast, just 4 eggs, that's it. 4 fried eggs with a little salt and pepper for breakfast. And I would have that around, I don't know, between 9 and 10, and then we wouldn't have anything until lunch slash dinner. Trying to be really good with that. Yesterday, after we worked in the store, we had to work in the store for 4 days, yay, because my daughter, who works the store regularly, was off on at a friend's wedding out of town, out of state. So after I got off work yesterday, me and the wife, we wanted to get something to eat, and I'm not always in the mood to come home and cook after working in the store all day long. And usually she goes for Mexican food, which is her go-to, and we know all the Mexican places around here, and we just weren't in the mood for that. And I kind of told her, I said, I'm kind of in the mood for a hamburger. I haven't had a hamburger in freaking a long time. I have not had a hamburger. So we tried to go to this one hamburger joint downtown that she really likes, but it's a really small and really complicated, hard place to get in with her scooter, and it's just a kind of a pain, but she likes the hamburgers. When we got there, it was really packed, so there was really no place for us to sit, and I really don't like eating in the truck and having to have her eating with a little board over her lap in the truck while I'm helping her eat. So I'd rather eat at the table where I can help her and assist her. So we knew down the road was another hamburger stand that had opened up last year that was really good, and it was a little bit bigger, so we drove down to that and we got a hamburger. She had a chicken burger, which is what I should have had, but I wanted a hamburger. I was in the mood for hamburger. It tasted really good, but when we came back home and we sat down and was watching a football game, I wasn't feeling 100% after eating that hamburger. I was feeling about 85. I wasn't feeling too good. I'm like, man, I haven't been eating a lot of red meat, in the past couple months. I've been eating more chicken and more fish and trying to, trying to lose some of this. So the red meat, I think, just threw me for a loop. So we'll kind of go back to the chicken and the fish stuff and leave the red meat to occasions. And I'm just talking here because I've got overheads coming up, and I noticed on my calendar that I wrote down that I've been hitting 30 reps consistently with the blue band. I think it's like 20-21 standing, and then 30, 10 more kneeling. So I'm going to give it a try today. I'm going to try it with the green band, and we're going to see what we can get with that one. Just because I've been resting for 2 weeks and I haven't done none of this, so we're going to see what we can get. Whew, it feels tight. 8 on surf one, 14 total. Whew. All right. All right, whew, 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 whew. That felt really good. I got 8 with the green band standing, and then 7, 8 more kneeling. And I didn't think to have the blue band already sitting out here, so I had to go in and grab it, and then doing the blue band to finish off that. So I think I'm gonna stick with that until my package arrives, and we see what those do. All right, we're gonna catch our breath. We're gonna finish off with triceps, press downs, and then behind the head for the burnout set. All right, just kind of catching my breath in between. I've got the red band set up for the behind the head on the triceps. We do the black band on the press downs. Just kind of get some energy back since I haven't worked out for 2 weeks. What I did too while I was off though was I cleaned my backyard up a little bit. My backyard is a major work, needs lots of work. At one time when we first moved in here 25 years ago, I had a nice green backyard, grass, sprinkler system, everything was nice back there. The girls were real little at the time, and then as they got to being midway, they wanted a pool. Mom wanted the pool, so we did put an above ground pool in, which means I had to go in there, and the backyard's kind of at a little bit of a slant, so I had to go in there and carve out a level spot for a big 15-foot wide above ground pool, which we had for many years. And of course, when we did that, I turned the sprinkler system, I had to stop everything. So basically my whole backyard just freaking died and became a mess. We had the pool for years, and I kept it maintained as much as I could until it deteriorated, the trees just leaking into it and kind of destroying it. So it just got destroyed over a period of years and got rid of it. Morning. And then after the pool, got rid of the pool, we had other things going on with the kids, with sports, with softball, with soccer, with travel, all this other stuff, with school, with work, with my wife being disabled, taking more time to take care of her. She wasn't as bad as she is now back then, but still required care. So my backyard just never really got the attention it needed. Now it's a complete mess. I did get the rototiller in there this spring, and I managed to rototill the whole backyard, which was, oh my God, I think I put that down as one of my workouts. If you watched the video on that, oh my God, I about killed myself. So I got it kind of leveled out. So now I'm rolling tarp over the whole backyard. I want to roll tarp over the whole backyard. Once I get it completely, the last part needs to be leveled out a little bit more, cleaned up some. Roll tarp over the whole thing for this winter so they don't get weeds growing, so that the rain can kind of compact the ground down, get it nice and firm, and then I can roll some grass out there next spring. I would like to put another patio. I have the one patio square, and I would like to extend that out even more. That's going to require money, which, you know, retired fixed income, not a ton of money left. So we're going to see how that goes. But if anything, I know I can buy some grass and get some grass laid out there next spring, or if anything, just seed it. Of course, you got to deal with the cats on that issue. So I think the sod might be the best. So, well, I had the backyard kind of cleaned up over the past week or so. I'm gonna take this workout and start doing it on the back patio when it's nice out and not raining. I got the pull-up bar out there. I can get the dip bar out there. I got the kettlebells. I got my sandbag back there. So that's what I mean. I can start getting some more stuff in. I want to start doing some burpees again, throwing my sandbag down a little bit, doing some kettlebell swings, doing a little circuit or something like that. On the days that I'm not doing X3, I love the X3. It's fantastic, but I realize that I need to do more different movements than just building the muscle. I need to do more functional strength to keep my body more healthy functionally. I'm not trying to be huge, not trying to be a gigantic bodybuilder. I just want to be functionally strong. So I need to focus on functional exercises besides for these X3, which are fantastic for your joints and your ligaments, because you're not really damaging them. You're just working on the muscles. So I'm rambling again, talking a lot. Let's see if we can get this black band around my shoulders now that's all sweaty. We can get going on the triceps. Trying to get that tension even on both sides. All right, tricep extensions, total exhaustion, and then we're going to do extensions behind the head with the red band. Eight. Ooh. 21 with that. Whew. 21 on the black man on the press downs. We're feeling so good until that fatigue sets in. That's such a small muscle, but it's a very strong one. That fatigue hits heavy, especially I've been doing the chest press, I've been doing the overhead. The tricep is involved in all those movements, so it's already pre-exhausted as it is. But the one thing I do believe, I could probably look it up on science, for me, the arms are a lot like the calves. Very dense muscle that gets a lot of use because you're walking on your calves all the time. With your arms, you're always doing stuff, picking stuff up, carrying stuff, pushing stuff. Whatever you're doing, you're always using your arms. So for me, the arms recover a lot quicker than your chest, your back, your quads, your bigger muscles. So they can recover a lot quicker. They can take a lot more abuse. So for me, you have to really work them out a little bit harder, a little bit more intense if you want to make them grow. Not that I'm interested in getting gigantic 20-inch arms. I'm happy with where they are right now. I'd like to lose some body fat, maybe a little more definition. Like I said, I'll never have that gigantic peak just because that's just my biology. But if I was able to put a lot more, protein in my body and make that bigger, it would be bigger. But then again, I'm almost 60 and I'm not trying to do all that. Whew, all right. All right, let's finish this up now that I've got to finish the workout. I finished the ranting and the raving. Feels good to get out here and get a little sweat going again. I was getting really bored with getting up in the morning, drinking my coffee, watching the news, or scrolling through social media or whatever the hell I was doing. A lot of times looking at YouTube videos on working out stuff because I like to work out. And I get motivated when I see other workouts and other stuff and I want to do them, but I know I need to stay consistent with what I'm doing right now. That's why I kind of, on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to throw in maybe a little bit of some of the other stuff I like doing is the kettlebells, the sandbags, the body weight, the burpees and stuff like that. I did see a really cool deadlift the other day when I was looking that I need to maybe start doing, because it's kind of a rotational deadlift with dumbbells. You're kind of rotating as you're deadlifting, which is probably what I need to do to really strengthen those hip flexors along with the kettlebell swings. Kettlebell swings are great for your hip extensors, hip flexors, all that area, core, everything. You really get involved when you're doing those swings. That's it for today. We got out here, we got our workout on. We're done. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna enjoy some coffee, enjoy this beautiful morning, and then get the wife up when she wants to get up, and then get on with the day. We got things doing, like always, we got things going on. So get it done, go live your life, and I will see you next time.